Hi guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. It's been a while since we kind of touched bases. I had to order another receiver for the mics, as I had an issue with that the other week. So didn't really want to put YouTube back on until that was sorted. But we're in the game now, so which kind of is good in terms of where we are right now with this off-season. So week 2 of this last push of about 10 to 15 weeks. Starting body weight is 299, which I finished at the end of this week. And obviously we'll just try and push that up as far as we can. Try and put on about 10 to 15 kilo in this phase, which will put us in a good place for going back down into prep when we start that. Haven't got a start date yet, but it's around the start of next year, like just before going into like spring, summer. So that's kind of what we're looking at. But we'll go into this phase now, 10 to 15 weeks, then back into a hell phase, and then prep will start. So nothing's really changed in terms of training. The split is exactly the same. Movements are pretty much exactly the same as they were in the last 2 improvements phases, and we just kind of tick boxes each week, and it's kind of a rinse and repeat with movements. You know, if anything goes in, you know, it rarely happens, but you know, if something's not sitting well, if something feels a bit off, then I will switch it to something else. But that's kind of like the only reason that I would switch movements. So yeah, we'll get into this. This is my Monday, first push session of the week, so chest focused. Take you through today's session. No delts in this session, literally straight chest and arms. 2 tricep, 1 bicep at the end. And then I have like a normal delts day, which is on Saturday, which is my second push session. Again, no chest in that, just delts. Still fighting 8 reps on that hammer press for like the last 3 weeks. I got like 8.5 last week, 8 today. I need to write down the height of the seat, I think, because potentially could be throwing me off a bit. You know, and if you're going like for specific numbers in top sets, back off sets, or just trying to progress your lifts, every kind of little variable has to be on point for you to make progress. So, you know, I'm looking for very minute progression with +1s and, you know, 1.25s added to the side. So those variables need to be accounted for. So I'm making note of the seat height and, you know, make sure that's the same each week. Onto this flat hammer press now. Really, at the moment, really enjoying hammer press. We've recently got 3 new hammer press pieces in, one being the incline press that I did before, the second one being like a low row, and then the third being a lat pull down, the one where you're chest supported, and I'm kind of bringing it back that way. So yeah, really been enjoying those recently. But onto this flat hammer press now. again, like 2 sets. Working in rep ranges of 8 to 12, 8 to 12, 15, like 10 to 14, 15 to 20. That's kind of where we're working. I think this is, my first 2 presses are actually 6 to 9s. And then it's like a 10 to 14 for back off. So work up on this, trying to get my strength back on this after the hell phase, which we did 6 weeks in. If you want to hear more about that hell phase, check out my last video, which was like an updated version of the off season. I think I went into a bit more depth on that. But yeah, top set back off on this, and then we go into our first fly movement. Yep. Go. So on to our first pec deck fly movement. Pressure's gone a bit weird today. Like I feel strong. I'm heavier in body weight. The one thing I did today, I'm using these injectable pre-workout supplements by Engineered Muscle. Just being totally transparent. The first time I used it, which was a couple of weeks ago, I injected it into my delts, which caused my range of motion on press movements to be slightly off, and I didn't hit my top sets because of that. You know, for some reason, really makes my delts sore. Like right in the side delt, which obviously in a lot of pressing is where that power's going to come. Well, not where the power's going to come from, but you know, it's in that tight position there. And I said I wouldn't do it again. I said, you know, I've just been doing my quads and lats since then, and it's been absolutely fine. You know, today I chose the day to do my delts again for some reason, and I think that's what's causing me to miss a couple of reps on these sets, which is really annoying because I feel really strong. It's now just this limiting factor that I've got. It could be the reason, it might not. I'm also battling a little cold. You know, I got home pretty late last night from a dinner. I got in at 1 in the morning. So I tried to come in a bit later today. So all these little things could, you know, add up to it. So, but, you know, I say miss reps. I'm maintaining from last week, which is the main thing. So, and it's only week 2 of this off season, so loads are still pretty heavy for what they are anyway. It's like I'm kind of starting on the loads that I finished my last push with. So, you know, we're in a good position anyway. But yeah, we'll leave those behind. Onto our first pec movement, then we got another press, then another pec movement, and then into tricep work. Got the kind of flat Atlantis press. So plate loaded again. Been working up on this for a number of weeks. We had it in the last push up as well when it came in, because it's a new piece to the gym really. So just working my way back in strength. Again, this is week 2, so maintain or progress. Because this week now will be the first week on this food, first full week. Last week we were in Prague at the start of the week, so the week kind of started on Tuesday. So this week will be the first week. Let body adjust to the food and increase body weight a bit. I've put on about 2 kilo since we started this new food. So 2 kilo last week, which is kind. No high days yet, just still 1 up on meal, food up, cardio is the same. So yeah, we'll get into this. Top set back off again. Yeah, warm-ups feel good, so we'll see. Wait. So moving into the last 2 movements, got 1 tricep movement left, which is the cross body extensions. Just done the JM press, which you've seen. That was good. The reason I wanted to do that, I swapped out for a machine dip, was mainly because I wanted to do something overhead, but not something that was going to cause elbow pain. And when I do normal kind of skull crushers with like a free bar or an EZ bar, elbows start to get a bit niggly. So I wanted to kind of mitigate that and go into the Smith and see how that felt. And it's been good. 0 elbow pain. I just need to start kind of building up on load with that now. But it's good. It's 2 top sets, 1 back off on there, which really fills them out, and then we just kind of finish it on these tricep extensions, which is 3 sets. I think it's like a 8 to 10, 12 to 15, 15 to 20 on here, something like that. 12 to 14 maybe. So we hit that, and then a single arm bicep curl, so I trained my delts, my second push session of last week. I trained Saturday evening because I was in Cumbria in the morning, so I had to drive up early, and then I got back late. I left at 8:30, got back at 6, and I was in the gym for 6:30. So I trained in the evening, finished my session about 10 after doing steps and stuff. So I really only had Sunday to recover from a push session. So I'm a bit sore this morning, but it is what it is. Overall, it's actually been a very good session. I think looking back at footage, it's just top set numbers. We just maintained and not progressed today. So, I think another 4 weeks of food will give us that, and we should see next week being back in the normal routine of training delts and arms in the morning on this Saturday, and then being able to have the Saturday and Sunday to recover from the push. So then on Monday, put me in a good place to train this push session, a bit more fresh, as well as a bit more sleep and stuff that we missed this weekend. So, but we'll get into these last two. I'll show you these, and then we'll do a little wrap up at the end. So that will wrap up today's session. A good session it was as well. Chest and arms, all done. First one of the week. Off to a good start. Interesting to see where chest and arms goes next week. After kind of like a full week of better sleep than the weekend. Better sleep than this weekend. Hopefully get rid of this cold as well, and be able to recover between my delta and arm session a bit more, and then so I'm ready to go in to this chest session. I think that was the main thing that was kind of pulling me back a bit today from progressing my main compounds, and kind of just maintaining. Which I'm not totally disappointed in. It's still week 2 of this phase, and we've still got another 15 to 20 weeks left. So that is chest and arms done. Tomorrow I'm actually training legs. So I normally train legs on Thursday. I'm swapping back now to train legs on Tuesday instead, which will be interesting. So kind of looking forward to seeing how that goes. Looking forward to the session. And yeah, my legs are still a bit tender as well. So I kind of sometimes training legs when they're still a bit tender and maybe not recovered as much. So we'll have to see how next week tomorrow goes. But and then I'll train pull on Thursday and then delts and arms on Saturday. So we should have a bit better recovery towards the end of the week because legs is getting done earlier. But we'll see. But yeah, guys, today was good. Glad to have my microphones back in action. So I'll be back with weekly YouTube videos now, taking through this whole off season, this whole 15-16 weeks of this last push. Starting weight is 299 pounds, which is about 335 kilo or 35.7 kilo, something like that. and we'll just rinse this phase out with videos and keep you pulling along until we get into prep, and then we start a prep phase and a prep series. Not sure what I'm going to call this next prep series. You know, the last two have been Dream Big, Dream Bigger. I'm not sure what this is going to be called, so I'll obviously have a think about that. But yeah, guys, appreciate everyone who's kind of been following along so far. Get ready for this next push. It's going to be a big one. You know, I'm looking to get my weight up to about 145, so about 10 kilo increase from here. Food's going down pretty well. Food's easy. It's really good that I'm kind of still hungry on this food. You know, 900 grams of carbs, 350 protein, 90 fat. That's my training day, and hunger is still good. So I'm hoping to keep that the same as we move up in food, because we likely are going to be moving up in food and, you know, pushing this. We need to push body weight up now. So yeah, that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to stop waffling on because I need to go and eat. But stick around, and we'll see you next week.